USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
The Abercrombie Kids Summer Sale is in full swing, with up to 50% off select styles for the season. Summer plans, vacation, and camp days are all covered, with new dresses, shorts, tees, and swim. Abercrombie Kids has the summer staples they need and the looks that they want to wear. Shop in-store, online, or in the app. Offer applies to select styles as indicated. Discount applied at checkout online.
How did you know the defendant?
I've been knowing her for like 30 years.
30 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you've been friends since when? I don't know how old you are, so
1982.
When you were in
high school.
Okay.
This is the plaintiff, Misha Armstead. She says she moved in with her friend, the defendant, and living with her turned out to be one of the most horrible experiences of her life. The defendant and her boyfriend would constantly fight. It became unbearable for her to live there with her grandson, so she moved out. The defendant stole an alarm system from her, and she wants it back. So she's suing her here and now for the $1,861.76 she's owed. This is the defendant, Tanya Denton. She says she is shocked the plaintiff, a friend of hers for 30 years, is actually suing her in court today. She went above and beyond, providing a place for her to live when she was down and out. And this is the thanks she gets? Things got so bad she needed to grab a bat and threaten her so she'd leave her house. Oh, her? Ha! She's accused of creating an alarming situation.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You will come in.
Misha Armstead, you're suing your former friend, Tanya Denton, for $1,861.76 in an alarm system plus fees that you're going to be forced to pay that, according to you, she threw out. You're also suing to be recompensed for rent that you paid her. What's going on?
Well, Judge Milian, I got into a situation. I raised my grandsons. One of them had just had surgery. I just moved to a 3-bedroom house that had mold and stuff. He had an open surgery, and they continuously were, both of them are on breathing machines. So we continuously have to be.
How old were the kids?
6 and 8.
Oh, my goodness.
But at the time, they were 5 and 7. And so I had moved in the house, and it was full of mold. And so I had to get him out that house. So I moved out. I put everything of mine in storage except for a small portion that I was taking with me. I moved in with the defendant. I had a choice to either...
How did you know the defendant?
I've been knowing her for like 30 years.
30 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you've been friends since when? I don't know how old you are, so
1982.
When you were in
high school.
Okay. So go on.
So I had a choice to either move with my friend or move with my niece. My niece was more convenient, but I felt my friend was going through some serious matters with domestic violence, etc., according to what she was telling me, because that's my friend. We talk, okay? So I felt like she was...
And then you tell America.
Oh. Well, America's going to know anyway. Okay. But so I felt like she was in a more jeopardized situation. So what she says, So
you wanted to put your children in that jeopardized situation, your grandkids?
No, because listen, here's what it was. The situation was she has an ex-boyfriend who kept tearing up her house, her
Why would you want your 5- and 7-year-old who has an open wound to go there then?
An ex-boyfriend who didn't live there, but because he had mail coming there, kept using that as his forced way of entry into her home. So she needed, in order to get money saved up, because she couldn't financially do it herself. So I said, okay, I'll come south instead of north where I worked at, my grandkids went to school at and everything, to help my friend of 30 years.
Well, how are you going to help her? You mean because you're going to contribute to rent?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So as I get there and I get in and everything, and he's there, he's comfortable. Now, this is a man that doesn't live there, according to her. So he's comfortable, he's laid up on the couch, he's doing things that he does.
So you don't move in?
No, I had already moved my things in.
So you move out?
I didn't have nowhere to go, because now my niece. Now she's got a roommate. So, okay, now I'm paying her the rent. So I gave her the first initial $200. So now you have the money to go down.
What were you going to be paying him rent?
$300 a month.
Okay.
And I moved in the middle of July, but I still gave her $200.
So when you gave her $200, now you'll be able to what?
Now she should be able to go down and file the papers like she's supposed to on the eviction.
To get him evicted.
Exactly. That's because that was the objective.
Okay.
And so...
So was your boyfriend there because you wanted him there, or was your boyfriend there because he told the police, I'm a tenant too?
He said he told the police that he was a tenant, and they said that I had to actually evict him. The eviction amount was $500.
Right.
By me going through my other situation with my home, then I had to save up $500. It was just one income, and I couldn't afford to do it by myself. So she did move in. I did let her move in. She did give me initial $200.
Okay, what went wrong that caused you to want to move out so quickly?
What went wrong?
Him.
Yes, him. Totally. Let me tell
me about
you. It was a sad situation. He was tearing up her house. He would tear up her car. He was beating her dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was doing any and everything.
Why didn't you guys just call the police and get him out of there and get a restraining order?
Many a time she's had.
And you couldn't get a restraining order to get him out?
No.
I finally got a restraining order in December.
Okay. So you decide you've got to move out. You move out when?
I moved out the 1st of September.
Were you fighting with her too, or just,
No, I was actually, I didn't even stay at the house. I was so, Judge Milian, the police runs. I got a phone call in the middle of the night. I went to stay with my boyfriend most of the time. I would come back to her.
What'd you do with the kids?
They went with me.
Right.
And I came back to her house maybe about like two or 3 days a week at the most to do laundry and get back out of there. One day I got a phone call. I didn't answer my phone. I think I was over on the weekend. And I wake up to a voicemail. Excuse me for saying like, you're supposed to be here. I was so scared to go back to the house. I thought she done killed him. I was so afraid.
That she killed him?
I was
Not that he killed her.
No, because she was talking to me.
Yeah.
So I was afraid. I was afraid because I had police. I didn't realize.
She was talking to you, but you weren't afraid that he had attacked her?
No, you know what I thought? I thought that victim had then turned into aggressor on me.
You really thought that she had killed him?
Yes, because I have police reports, but there's also runs as well.
What? Tell me about your lawsuit.
When I left, I was so happy to get out of there. I'm sorry. I was so happy to get out of there. I was running.
You move out September 1st.
First thing I did was pack down my alarm.
You two are at peace. There's no problems between you two at that point.
I didn't know anything was wrong between us.
All right, so you move out on September 1st, and what happens?
And I packed up my alarm system. I took the base part, which is heavy, and I put it in the box. I put the smaller, like the keypad and stuff, and I put it in the bag, and I set it on her kitchen table for me to put in the front with me so I wouldn't get it damaged in the back as I was moving. So at the end of the day, I jumped in the truck, and I'm out of there. Bye. I'm so excited to go. I left my alarm system behind and didn't realize it.
The part that was on the table?
Yes, and didn't realize it until it was time for them to come out and reinstall it into my new home.
Which was how much later?
They take 2 weeks, but it was...
No, how much later after the day you left?
It was October the 19th that they were going to install.
So you realize a month and a half later that you left the bag?
Because I had unpacked.
And so you call her and you tell her what?
I text her, actually.
Right.
I text her.
Have you talked to her in that month and a half?
Nope. I don't know. I don't think so.
So obviously things aren't okay between you.
I don't think we had any problems.
No, we didn't.
You're talking to her for a month and a half, and you think that she's the victim of domestic violence and that horrible things are happening in her house? Yeah, I mean, apparently you'll live with anybody, because that's not to me somebody who's a good friend if you don't know what's going on in her life. But, so you're not that close, I guess. But in any event, you call her a month and a half later, more than a month and a half later, and you tell her, I left a bag on the table. And go on.
So I go in the house, and I said, Tanya, I just came to get my alarm system. And she said, I don't know where that alarm system is at. I said, you don't know where it's at? She said, no, I probably threw it away or something. And I said, you threw my alarm system away? Are you serious? My alarm system, though. And she said, I don't know where it's at. She said it was in the bag, or I probably did throw it away. I'm like, are you serious? I said, and so I got mad, and I hit her wall. Yeah, I hit her wall, and her, she said she made a police report. She said that the picture that was on the wall shattered off the wall, and so on and so forth. And
did it?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
And she said, I'm calling the police. So I knew that I had to leave because, of course, I'm going to be the aggressor because I came to her house. So all I wanted was my property. And like I said, she told me she threw it in the trash. She don't know where it's at. I might have threw it in the trash.
Do you know where
or
it
whatever.
is?
No, I don't. I remember picking it up, putting it in the back room where she was. That was it. I don't know where it is. Still to this day, when I cleaned up everything and took and went through my house, still don't know because it was in a plastic bag. I'm not going to say that, I can't even say if he took it or not. I don't know. I don't know where it is, but it's not in that house. I've never gotten any keys back from Miss Armstead. So I'm not, who's to say she might have came in there and got it. But she said she was moving September 1st. She didn't finish moving all her stuff out until the end of September. I never got a key back. So I don't know. I don't even know exactly where it is.
Why does a whole month and a half pass? It's a long time. I mean, it's not like the next day or something. It's a month and a half later.
That's when the alarm,
Do you think he took it? Like to be spiteful because he knew what it was, or?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It was a lot of stuff that I was coming up missing, so I can't say he took that. I can't
because
say
it's not of any use to anybody if you don't have the other part.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, if the boyfriend is a terror in the apartment, you allowed to break the lease and move?
Yes, because I wouldn't sit there and tolerate all his...
I know you wouldn't want to, but are you required to? What do you think? Well, you don't know, but what do you think? What do you think?
I think you should be able to move.
Why?
Because, man, if the situation is unbearable, that's not right,
I know, but is unbearable enough to break a lease?
Yes, it is.
You think?
Yeah, yes, it is. Somebody might wind up getting hurt.
Anybody who looks like Ernest Hemingway, I'm going to believe. Going inside the courtroom.
What are you suing for? I don't understand your lawsuit. You're suing for $500 in rent.
Yes, ma'am, because the situation was so volatile, I couldn't even stay there. I have police reports during the time that I stayed there, and these are just the police reports. They're not even about the police runs that also came about.
Let me see the police reports. So you lived there from when to when?
July to the middle of July to the 1st of September.
How many times were the police coming to your house?
Practically every day.
So why should you be able to keep her rent if it's that bad? That's not livable, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to order you to pay her back half of the rent, $250. As for the alarm system, here's the problem that you had. A month and a half passed, and the law is that a landlord, and she's really your landlord, doesn't have to hold the stuff you left behind forever. I mean, there's a point at which it's considered abandoned if enough time passes. And most states leave it up to the judge to figure out what enough time is, but the rule of thumb is probably 30 days after you're out of there and not paying rent anymore. 30 days would be, frankly, you should take it all out August 31st is when it should be out. But if you're going to leave something behind, then all right, day 1, day 2, day 7, day 20, landlord, you don't have a right to throw that stuff out. You gotta still hold on to it. It may seem ridiculous that you gotta hold on to it 30 days, but you gotta hold on to it. You can't just put it out in the garbage. You can't do. But then at some point, it's a month and a half. And enough time has passed that it's just something you left behind in a place where you probably shouldn't have, because there's people coming in and out, and there's crazy guy, and not the best idea. Obviously, your relationship with her isn't very good either. If you don't even talk to each other and you're not worried about her or her safety or anything else while that month and a half is passing. But a month and a half is just too remote. I can't find that she had an obligation to continue to safely store stuff you left behind a month and a half later. So my net judgment in this case is $250 to you and a rebate on the rent. That's my judgment.
Okay.
Let's keep in mind this was a 30-year friendship at the point that it started breaking apart. Very sad. What about this court case?
Hey, it doesn't matter to me.
Why not?
She got it. I mean, she left it. I normally host stuff, and to this day, I think I got a bag in the house that got some of her grandson's toys and stuff.
Okay, that's the property. What about the friendship? Does that matter to you?
Don't matter. Leave
that
it
doesn't after all those years?
Don't have time
You just
for
turning around on that and that's it?
That's it.
You just head that way and leave it behind?
All right.
All right, just like that. 30 years of friendship goes around the corner, just like that.
Just like that. You know, have to pick and choose your friends wisely. You know.
You had 30 years to decide on this one. Obviously, this was a good friend.
I've just been trying to be supportive. No, I was a good friend. It's a sad day for her, not for me. I'm okay today.
All right, Harvey.
Landlords typically have to follow abandonment laws. Typically, that means that if somebody leaves property behind after 30 days and the landlord tries to get in touch and is unsuccessful, the landlord can throw it out or do whatever with it. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Got some good news for your ears. More of that good stuff is coming up. And even better news for your hair. The best hair care is at Sephora. They've got all kinds of products for every kind of hair. From brands like Amika, Kerastase, Day, and K18. You knew where to get great audio. Now, you know where to get great hair care too. Sephora. Good news for great hair. Shop hair care now at Sephora.com.
The McDonald's Snack Wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch Snack Wrap. Spicy Snack Wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack Wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is the plaintiff, Karen Neeland. She says she and the defendant have a 21-year-old son together, and he agreed to help her purchase a car to drive herself and her son around. She has since paid off the car with the defendant, but he's making a mathematical error and still thinks she owes him $400. Bottom line, he refuses to hand over the title, so she has no other choice but to sue him for the $3,302.64 she's put into the car. This is the defendant, Timothy Rathburn. He says the plaintiff simply stopped paying off the car, so he went and took it from her driveway because his name is on it too, and he didn't want her negligent behavior to affect his good name. Bottom line, he has 4 cars already and doesn't want this one, but he just wants to be paid for it. He's accused of a miscalculation. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $975 for monies he claims the plaintiff still owes.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. These litigants have a 21-year-old son, and he bought a car so that she could drive him around town. But she paid it off, and he won't fork over the title. Now, he says she didn't pay, so he took it back. It's the case of, baby, you can't drive my car.
Thank you, Douglas. Karen Neeland, you are suing the father of your child, Timothy Rathburn, for $3,302.64 that you say he owes you on a car deal that he backed out of. Tell me what's going on.
I moved down here in November. Timmy agreed to purchase a car to help me out, and
When you said you moved down here, where are you referring to? Because
Florida.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So you moved down to Florida.
From New York.
Okay.
And to be with my son, my 21-year-old.
And you have a son with him, which is that 21-year-old?
Correct.
Okay.
And we went to an auction in Tampa.
Have you stayed in touch with him, I guess, throughout the 21 years?
Every now and then, more so my son.
Right.
And when I came down, he was like, well, we can go to the Tampa auction and, get a car and you could pay me back. And I said, well, that's fine. I could give you so much a month until it's paid off. So we did purchase the car. It was like $2,600, but with tax, $28,000.
What's the exact amount of the car?
$28,000.
What's the exact amount of the car?
$28.88.
And you're buying her a car? How come?
Well, I figured it's my son's mother. At least, you know, she pay me back. I know she gets a disability check every month.
All right, so then you start paying the car, right?
Correct.
And you pay how much?
I gave him, I was
How
gonna
much are
give
you paying a week or a month or whatever?
Well, you know, he wanted outrageously. It was $500 down and $200 a month, but you know, oh, you don't pay. You know, he's like, you don't pay rent. You get an Obama check. I want $500.
What's an Obama check? I want one.
I want $500 a month.
I pay Obama checks. I want to know what the Obama.
I want $500 a month and this and that. And I said to my son, T, I can't give him $500 a month. I don't know if he thinks Obama gives me millions of dollars a month.
How much is Obama giving you and why? What are you talking about? What is it we're talking about?
My disability check.
Oh.
Obama check. He calls it an Obama check. I don't make $30.70 an hour.
Check.
Yes. Okay. And I said, T,
there was actually something I didn't know.
I said, T, I don't make $30.70 an hour. I don't know where he thinks I get all this money from.
And therefore, the first month you paid how much?
I paid $737 altogether.
The first month?
Yeah.
Is there any dispute about that?
I disagree. She paid me $250 in November, the month we got the car, November 10th we purchased it. And then in December, she did give me $400. I have it written down in my calendar because I was just writing it on the calendar.
Here's my bank statement.
Where are you writing it? Why don't you guys have receipts? Wait, stop. Who's keeping track of how much money goes from here to there and there to here?
I am.
You both are. How are you keeping track, folks?
Right here, I have it detailed because I know how he is.
You write it down on a calendar?
Yes, because I know how he is. So you write it down on a calendar. And you, how are you keeping track?
Writing it on my calendar.
On a calendar. Because apparently receipts are no good for you. You would rather go home and scribble your own thing on a calendar and then have dueling calendars in court than have an actual receipt, which is proof. Mm-hmm. Because if every time you give him cash, he hands you a receipt, then you can show him, look, you're wrong about how much I owe. Here's your signature on each receipt.
And I asked him for a receipt. And he said I didn't need one. He'd keep track of it on a calendar. And I said, well, that's fine.
Are you kidding me?
And I said, I'll keep track of it on my calendar.
So that for everybody's protection, why wouldn't you hand her a receipt?
Well, she comes to she only stays a block away from my house. She's over my house almost every day.
What does that have to do with writing something down on a piece of paper?
She's going to move into a house that I'm purchasing. So if she didn't pay the car off, she wasn't going to move into the house.
No.
See?
But what's wrong with both of you? Why would you hand cash over to somebody who's not giving you a receipt? Cash would never leave this hand without a receipt going into this hand.
I understand where you're coming from, and I understand how he is, and I should have got receipts because he's never going to change, but I figured, if I write it on my calendar, the money that I took out of the bank proves like the alternators.
Well, that or you could just fill up a calendar for court and then show me your ATM withdrawals. Show me your bank. I don't know. Show me your bank records.
Look, right here, alternator.
Well, you too. I don't know
for the car.
Because if you were handing receipts, then you could look at her and say, anytime she handed me cash, Judge, I gave her a receipt. Here. So if she can't produce receipts for all that, then she didn't pay it.
Okay, thank you.
How much do you say she paid in November?
$250.
In November. How much do you say she paid in December?
$400.
Okay. Now she has a notation on her little calendar that January 4th she gave you $400.
I didn't see nothing for January.
$400.
Hold on. Okay. According to you, she gave you nothing in January, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now to prove that she gave you $400, she is going to hand me something that says ATM withdrawal $500, cash payment on card. Which is interesting because that's on the 7th, not on the 4th, which tells me how much I can trust your notes. Because you claim that you paid him on the 4th.
Well, I mean, I didn't give it to him until the 7th, but...
No, sweetheart. Reverse that. You put on your calendar that you paid him on the 4th. You put your ATM withdrawals on the 7th, so you couldn't have paid him on the 4th. So clearly, your calendar notes are not contemporaneous with paying him, so I can't trust them. You're creating them to show how much you think you paid.
I did pay him.
So now what happens? According to you, how much does she pay you total?
Well, about $22.50.
How much do you say you paid total?
I paid it off.
No, how much do you say you paid totally?
I paid more than enough.
How much do you say you paid total?
How
much? The next thing has to be a number, not words. How much do you say you paid totally?
I paid $28 I paid it. That's why I did not
28.
pay him in April.
Okay.
And then he told the police, tell her to give me $300, I'll give her the title. And he's countersuing me for $500 or $700 more.
So what ends up happening? You repossess the car in April?
April 6th.
How do you repossess it? You
I
just ask her
walked
for
over
it?
there and got it
No.
because she's only a quarter of a block away.
The car's
staying.
in your name.
Yeah. And
So
her
you
name.
go over there and you just take it.
Yeah,
Did
with
you
no
warn her
tag
that
on
you
it.
were coming or no?
No. Your Honor, he came down to where I was staying and took the car in the morning. He works nights.
And?
Then he tells my son, my 21-year-old son, if I catch you talking to your mother, I am evicting you and your girlfriend. I will go down to the court and file papers.
Really do that?
And my son doesn't even
My son
talk
just
to
went
me.
down to court last week. She filed a restraining order on my son. So that's
Yes,
court
Your
record.
Honor, I did because he acts
I
like
didn't
his
say that.
father. He pinches me, pulls my hair, calls
Whatever
me
it was.
names, just like him.
So can you make a deal with your ex, if you have a kid, that goes beyond what the judge said in the child support thing?
Yes, you can.
Why do you say that? Because usually you have to follow exactly what the judge said.
Well, I would say it was legitimate based upon the agreement between the two.
Well, that's the thing, is it? I mean, do you have to always follow what the judge says, or can you make a side deal that goes beyond?
I think you can make a deal. I mean, as long as it's an agreement between both of them.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll find out going inside the courtroom.
So you took the car back?
Yep. And then she called the sheriff, and the sheriff, there's nothing they could do about it.
Because
and then
he locked it behind me.
Stop. And then the sheriff says, the sheriff conveys your counteroffer of, look, let's just settle this and pay $300 more.
No.
And she says no.
I said, I'd sell her, just give me $1,500 and I'll give her the.
$1,500, even according to you, that's not what's left.
No.
Stop.
Okay.
Even according to you, that's not what's
No,
left.
I would give her $1,500 for the car.
Oh, you give her
Because of
$1,500.
depreciation, I got the mileage right here. She put 5,000 miles on the car, and the cracked dashboard and the wear and tear on the car. I'll give you $1,500 for the car, and you can go on your way. And she didn't want that.
Okay, because she claims that she's entitled to $2,800
Yeah,
back because you
yes.
repossessed it and you didn't have a right to repossess it.
Yes.
But you can't prove that because you don't have any receipts. And then you claim that she still owes you $700 and something, but you can't prove that because you don't give receipts. And nobody can prove anything.
No, can I just say one thing? Because I seen him and somebody else under the hood of it. He's despiteful and nasty, and he's the type that would put sugar in the gas tank if I was awarded the car back.
Oh, I'm not going to give you the car back.
I don't want the car back.
No, I'm not going to give you the car back.
I
know. You may not know that you two should not have contact with each other. I do.
I do.
I know that there should be nothing left but closure after I'm done. And I'm about to give you some sorely needed closure in about 30 seconds. Okay? There's no question. I would never order the car to go back. The question is, did he have a right to repossess it?
No.
Hold on.
Do you have an off button?
That was rhetorical. That wasn't
Press
for you.
it. Press it. I can't get 3 words in without you chiming in. Stop. The question is, did he have a right to repossess that car? Let's start with the lawsuit. You have a lawsuit against him where you're asking for all this money. I want the money back I paid for the car, which means I used a car for 4.5 months or 5 months without having to pay for it at all. All right, and then I've got $150 in gas because magically your old car didn't use gas, and then $100 for groceries and
stereo.
A stereo left in the trunk. Okay. Were there groceries in the car when you repossessed it?
Yes.
No. And was there a stereo in the trunk when you repossessed it?
No, she
Okay.
was tempted to put one in at one time.
Okay.
Because they cracked the dash. I
And
have a
you're
picture
saying
of
I
that.
get all that money back because he illegally repossessed it because I was paid up. But you cannot prove you were paid up because you didn't bother to ask for a single receipt. You cannot prove she wasn't paid up because you don't provide receipts. And you both have this cockamamie silly explanation that you write things on calendars, which we all know we can't trust because we already saw at least one deficit. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You leaving?
Ma'am? What are you doing? Put your file down and show me a little bit of respect. Okay? Because I didn't put you in this situation. You did. No, you did. You shouldn't have taken anything from him. Okay? You should have waited and bought a car when you could. There's public transportation in Florida. I know. I live there. All right? So now here we are. I'm going to order you to return a portion of the money.
A portion?
You need to be quiet because in a minute you're going to get nothing. You're on the verge of getting nothing.
Just let him keep it.
Okay. So as much as I would like to just get off the bench now, I got a job to do, so I'm going to finish doing the job. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. Go ahead, walk out. Go ahead, go. No, I don't want to hear your key jingling anymore. Go ahead and step out. Have her step out, please.
All right, ma'am, you have to go.
Yep. I don't.
Just step out. Okay.
Thank you. Go to your left. Your left. Yeah.
Because I can't make heads or tails of the contract that you guys had, and because I cannot make heads or tails of the amount of money that have been paid, and because I cannot make heads or tails of whether or not you had a legal right to repossess that car, because you two don't have the sense that God gave a billy goat in keeping track of the finances between you two, I am going to undo the deal. And that means that I'm going to attempt to put you both in the position you were in before you did this deal, which means that you have to pay something to drive a car for 4 or 5 months. That's not a free endeavor. But normally, I would have a figure to back down from. Here, I just got to do a little rough justice because I don't have a figure to back down from, because I don't have a clue how much was paid, because neither one of you have any sense. So I am going to order you to pay back $1,700, and we're calling it a day. Good luck, folks.
Plaintiff left the courtroom, blew right by, and wins some money in absentia here. This is the defendant in this case. Well, what are you two doing?
I don't know. I was just trying to help her out because she was in a bad relationship with her husband in New York, and, you know, she's my son's mother.
Well, you do have that son together now. That's a big, important piece of this whole picture right here. You're going to be that kid's parents forever. So
I know.
How do you parent for that young man?
Well, he's doing all right.
He is?
Yeah. He lives with me. He's doing good. I got him a job and everything.
All right. And does he see his mom too?
Not now. Since you put a restraining order on him last week, you can't see her.
Okay. Harvey?
You know, when you have a situation where you're borrowing money from somebody or you're required to pay something back, whatever it is, I'm telling you, just listen to me here. Keep a ledger. Both people should keep a ledger. I paid so-and-so this, and then the other person says, I received this amount, and this ledger should be updated every time money is exchanged. I'm telling you, if you don't do that, you will get in big trouble. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Ethel Krosky. She says she purchased a 3-piece leather couch set, and after only a year and a half, the thing is shredding. Seems the love seat's an inferior quality than the other 2 pieces. When she lodged her complaint with the defendant, he gave her a, what do you expect me to do kind of attitude. Well, you can expect a date in court, and that's just what he's getting today. She's suing for $750, the cost of a love seat. This is the defendant, A.B. Shabar. He says the plaintiff came to him after buying the couch, complaining of a scuff on it. He offered to send someone to repair it, but she told him she doesn't have a lot of free time, and she'd call him to schedule. A few years later, he gets a summons in the mail to appear in court. And, well, here he is, in court. He's accused of selling a crummy couch.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the leather couch she bought from the defendant is shredding after a year and a half, but the guy who sold it says she's impossible. It's the case of sit on it.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Ethel Krosky, you are suing Frederick Douglass Furniture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For $750 for a damaged love seat that you bought a couple years ago. All right, tell me what happened.
Well, I purchased a love seat, of furniture, 3-piece furniture set. And about a year and a half after that, I noticed a rip on the couch, and I went to, I sold it. I didn't go to him at first. I sewed it myself. Then about a couple of months,
You sewed it yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
by hand. It was on the edge, in the seam. And about a couple of months, it started tearing up. That one piece, I had bought 3 pieces, and then the
Is that the piece that you sit on the most, or
no,
the one that gets the most use, or something?
No, that's not the piece. The piece I usually sit in is the recliner.
Okay.
Okay, so I went to Mr. Aben about 3 or 4 times, and he wasn't there. The fifth time because I worked down the block from the store, the 5th time he was at the store, and I spoke to him about what was going on with the furniture. He informed me, he said he's going to send someone to the house. I said, okay. No one never ever came. So I went back to him, maybe about a month afterwards, and I said, Mr. Aben, you never sent anybody to the house. And I told him about the furniture. He said, what do you expect me to do? And that was the last time I had seen Mr. Aben.
And that was a year and a half ago?
Yes, because, I'm sorry.
I'm just, so you've had the furniture for 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you feel like the quality is falling apart because there was some stitching loose and you sewed it?
Okay, no. I feel that I felt that it really wasn't the same material as the other 2 pieces that I received.
Pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see the picture. But didn't you notice that it wasn't the same material when you got it 3 years ago?
I did not, ma'am, Your Honor.
But then what makes you think, I mean, if it didn't look different.
No, it didn't. It felt the same. It looked the same, but it wasn't. And they're in great order.
What is this?
Was the part of the 3 pieces that I purchased.
Yeah, but what? It's just like the whole bonded leather. That this is bonded leather.
Exactly.
Is that what this is? It's all just chipping right off of it. Like, wow. Did you ever see these pictures? I've never seen anything like it. I get a lot of these cases. I need you to see this. These are the pictures of the. I'll go over. We'll send it over there. These are the pictures of what she's complaining about. These are the pictures of the other 2 items. Typically, people, first of all, that's not even wear anyway, because it's happening all over the sofa. It's bizarre. Take a look at it a second.
It just looks to me like it's been abused.
How?
I have no idea.
How do you abuse it in the places where it looks abused?
Can I just show you how I,
Sure.
can I take something out of my pocket?
Yeah.
This is how I sold it to her.
Right? But how does it get abused that way? The leather's falling off everywhere. It's not just where your butt goes or your back goes or where your legs go. It's all over.
Right, but I don't make the furniture. I just sell it.
Right.
So I don't know. But when we gave it to her, it was in good condition because I have the receipt of goods that she received the furniture on June 18th, 2010.
Look how careful they are never to use the word leather anywhere. Top quality bonded leather, they do say it eventually. Who lives in the house with you?
Myself, and I go to work every day, Your Honor. I work every day. I don't have a lot of company. I have 1 year to retire, so I didn't abuse the furniture.
If this thing is falling apart to shreds, should she get her money back?
I don't think so.
Why?
Because after a year and a half, it's a long time.
What about 3? So 3 years, forget it.
Forget it for 3 years.
I'm surprised you're saying that, going inside the courtroom.
Do you ever contact the manufacturer?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Do you have pets?
No, Your Honor.
Did you ever send somebody over there to take a look at it?
May I say something, Your Honor? When she came in, when she said that she came in to let me know that there was a scuff on the top left-hand corner of the love seat, I told her that I would send somebody to take a look at it and perhaps to repair it. And she said, okay, I will let you know because I'm very busy. I'll call you and let me know when I'm home. And then, you know, we could set up an appointment, you know, to send somebody over. I never heard from her after that. That was the only time
I don't get. But what would you have done then anyway?
I would have sent some, well, it wasn't like that. You know, she just
But it was going to get like that.
But she just said, but again, I don't make the furniture. I just sell it.
Who manufactures this furniture?
A company based out of Brooklyn, New York.
What did he do wrong? In other words, for you to collect from somebody in court, you got to prove he did something wrong. The advertisement for your piece says bonded leather. It is bonded leather. Bonded leather doesn't hold up very well in certain circumstances. I don't know if maybe you had an AC leak on top of this thing. I don't know if there is a pet, and you tell me no, but I don't know if you had in the last 3 years a grandson who sweats and then sits on it. I got that issue going on in my house. I don't have a grandson, but I have a certain someone, and I have 3 daughters, so you can guess who that certain someone is, who goes and works out and then comes and sits down on my side. Get up. Get up. Why are you sitting sweaty on my furniture? So I don't know. I don't know what happened here, but something happened because the others are in very good condition and this one isn't. But you're coming here 3 years later and you got what you paid for. You got the sofa set. You agreed that it was in good condition when you got it. He delivered. He didn't falsify and tell you were getting genuine leather when you didn't. If you feel that the item was manufactured with some defect, then maybe you have some recourse against the manufacturer. But what recourse would you have against him? I have to find that he did something wrong.
Okay, what I felt, I know Mr. AB for years.
In fact, her daughter is a very good customer.
Very good. She spent a lot of money with me.
Yes, and so that's why I went to him. But when I finally reached him at the store, and he said he was going to send someone, even if it was a defect.
Well, what did you expect them to do? Just send somebody without knowing your schedule or anything else? Why didn't you just call him back again the next day and give him?
But I did go back to him, and that's when I said, "Why didn't you send anybody to me? You
right.
didn't."
And he said, "What do you want me to do?"
No, he never said. He first of all, I told him, "You never. What happened? You didn't send anyone to my house." He said, "Well, he did." And what do you expect me to do? First of all, I think that was very unprofessional.
I don't remember that, Your Honor.
That's what you
here's
told
the bottom line, okay? I don't know that there's anything that he's required to. I know that there's nothing he's required to do under the eyes of the law 3 years after you purchased a set. Unless he did something wrong, like misrepresent something, which he didn't, there's nothing he did wrong. If you would like to contact, we'll give you a photocopy of this. That way you know who the manufacturer is. And maybe you can contact their customer service people, explain your situation. Maybe as a matter of goodwill, they will replace it or sell you one at cost or do something. I don't know. But you might want to try that. But as for a lawsuit against him, because I find that there's nothing that he did wrong, I rule in his favor. Okay? That's my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the plaintiff leaves the courtroom empty-handed here. Come on in here. What's going through your mind after hearing that?
I mean, I have watched the Judge show a few times when I'm not working, and I think she's fair.
Always.
I don't have anything to say, and I will
No, but what are you going to do now? Yeah.
I'm going to pursue the company that sold the furniture.
All right, that was her advice.
Exactly, and I'm going to follow her advice.
Nothing, so you have nothing as AB over here?
No.
You agree that he did nothing wrong?
No, I mean, I just thought personally because I knew him that since he sold the furniture, yes.
That's a little disappointing, huh?
Somewhat.
All right. Well, head right down this way and let's see what he has to say about that. As a very, very good customer and somebody else in her family spent a lot of money, isn't there anything you could have done for her?
I'm just sorry that she had to take me to court. I tried to do everything that I can, but I don't know what else to say. I don't think...
You never sent anybody, no one ever went over her house to look at the thing?
I was waiting for her to call me so I could to tell me when she would be home so I could send somebody over, but she never did.
So you think you handled this the best way you possibly... Could you have done anything differently or better for this lady?
If it would have been less than a year, I probably would have replaced it for her. But it was, 3 years later that I'm hearing about it.
Okay. Harvey.
Simple principle, the higher the quality, the more rights the customer has.
Paradise is back.
It's finally here.
In a new location, Costa Rica. There will be adventure, drama, and romance.
All gas, no brakes, that's my vibe.
Ready to find some love.
But it wouldn't be paradise without surprises along the way.
These kids need to learn.
That's right. Your favorite Golden alums are crashing the beach.
We bring in a party, baby.
Bachelor in Paradise. New Mondays at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.